Hi there, I'm Troy Dillinger. I'm an Austinite since 1975. I'm also a musician, I'm a comedian, I'm an actor, I'm a small business owner. I do design, marketing, I'm also an award-winning filmmaker. I've traveled all over the world and I've gotten to be kind of an ambassador for all things Austin. As we've grown, I've devoted myself to preserving those things that make Austin such a great place to move to. Our amazing music and comedy, our small businesses, these are the important threads of Austin's fabric, and they make living here special. In the time I've lived here, I've always been drawn to the heart of Austin, this area here just above Barton Springs. It's the genesis of Austin, and it's also a cosmic energy vortex. In the middle of this vortex, I'm walking down it. It runs about Balcones Fault. To the north, the Midwestern Plains begin. To the east, the Great Piney Woods. To the south, the Permian Basin. And to the southwest, the hill country and the desert. Under my feet, along this line, runs a system of caves which go from San Marcos, north past Pflugerville, and beneath that is the magical Edwards Aquifer, which feeds the springs and the heart of the city. In this home right here, psychedelic rock was born to its grandfather, Rocky Erickson. And in this home here, the great Texas writer Bill Whitliff wrote the screenplay to Lonesome Dove. And in this home right here, mid-century modern architecture was born. It was created by an Austinite, a guy named Arthur Dallas A.D. Stenger. He was a visionary and a huge fan of the great American architect Frank Lloyd Wright. Wright had a vision of affordable, stylish, simple homes that integrated the environment they were built in, and he called this vision Usonian. When you see an A.D. Stenger home, you see Frank Lloyd Wright's vision come alive. Not only was Stenger trying to carry out this vision, he wanted his work to look as if Wright had created them himself. And when he returned from World War II, he set out to build Usonian homes that regular families, even veterans, could afford. Stenger built these homes one at a time, designed them for the lot that they sat on. He utilized the sun's path, the trees on the lot, and even the stone in these homes came from the lot they sat on. That's right, he was an early green builder. He built about 100 homes, mostly within 3 miles of this spot right here, until the year 2000. He died at the age of 83 in 2002, and he was a firebrand. He was an entrepreneur. He was kicked out of UT's architecture school, yet he carried forth Wright's Usonian dream before anyone else. About 2 years ago, a friend of mine messaged me to say this cool little bungalow in Barton Hills was available to rent, and I was moved by an inexplicable force to get the place. But alas, I failed. In the process, though, I found that I had a 25-year relationship with the man who many refer to as the Frank Lloyd Wright of Austin. When I set foot into this house, I was flooded with the memories of more than a dozen homes I'd been in or lived in my 40 years in Austin, and I realized they were all the work of the same man, A.D. Stenger. Stenger built this particular house in 1947, and it predates the very first home built by Californian Joseph Eichler, who's considered the father of mid-century modern architecture. And only a handful of people know about Stenger. In fact, his homes are now in danger of being destroyed to build newer modern homes because nobody has ever cataloged his homes, photographed them, documented A.D.'s story, or tried to preserve his legacy. So now it's in danger. My neighbors and I all live in a pocket of about 15 of these 100 homes that A.D. Stenger built, including this one, which we just saved from being scraped by a brand new Austinite from Australia. He had no idea who A.D. Stenger was, and you can't blame him because there's no permanent record of A.D. Stenger's work, his life, and all the homes that he built. So I was moved to action. I want to preserve the legacy of A.D. Stenger. I need your help, so please back my project, A.D. Stenger Mid-Century Maverick. It's a full-length documentary and coffee table book with all the homes and the people who knew A.D. Stenger. Stenger's daughter has agreed to allow me to access the family archive, and I need your help to get this project started. Once we begin the research and documentation, I believe we can get all the remaining funding from the City of Austin, from the American Institute of Architecture, from local historical groups, educational institutions, and other organizations that are interested in architecture and mid-century modern architecture. When we complete the project, we'll hold a world premiere right here, a street party and outdoor screening of the documentary, and a historic homes tour of Stenger's Ground Zero, the street where mid-century modern for the masses began. Your backing will give you a ticket to the premiere, even a copy of the beautiful coffee table book, or depending on the amount, both. You can also donate for a special thank you or even an executive producer credit. But this all has to happen quickly. We've got 25 days to raise $50,000 or more. The project is expected to take a great deal more than that because of our research and documentation and the creation of both a documentary film and a 150-page artistic and historic publication. Your support will not only just help create temporary jobs for our Austin creatives, but it'll help preserve the homes that Austinites lived in while they were creating Austin. And you'll be helping us get the credit for something California took from us. So please back A.D. Stenger, Mid-Century Maverick, and help me preserve Stenger's legacy and the spirit of Austin for future generations who might otherwise wonder why this place is so special. And thanks in advance.